Hey everyone, it's the History Nerd back for some more Crusader Kings 2 Austrian gloriousness. So where we last left off, we entered, I think, our third, possibly third war with the Count of Znojmo. I have a feeling I'm pronouncing that differently every single time. But, you know, such is the way things are. And in fact, with their army raised, we should probably go ahead and, well, yeah, we're gonna need them. Merge them together. But to be honest, I don't have the manpower to send against them. Who the hell is that? Who else are you at war with, sir? It just looks like me. Yep. So I doubt Salzburg's involved. He's just going for a walk. Lovely. So we're still making money a turn. That's decent. Oops, nope, that's definitely where I want it to be. Just wondering about the mercenaries. There's 75. Then we want to make sure we've got a little bit of gold left over to continually pay them. Because if we don't, they might turn against us or just leave. Where are you going off to? Just back and forth, eh? Good old Redbeard. Doing his thing in Rome. So, Blowfly. Holy crap! I didn't even realize that there were different options. What is going on? Why? Damn Bavaria! And their massive military complex. I don't want to have to fight the freaking Duke of Bavaria for this. But I'm obviously going to have to. Frustrating. Unless... No, he'll probably take the title. Well, I'm certainly not going to assist in the defense of Salzburg. No, sir. You decided to declare war on my target. I'm not helping. I guess we can speed this up. Wait for a resolution. So, yeah, that's now his personal title. Great! Awesome! Off to a roaring start. Eesh. Well, that's a fight that's never gonna happen. How are we gonna pull that off? Look at how big Bavaria is. That's insane. Alright, we're gonna need to figure out a way to pull some intrigue or something here. Scheme? Yes. Protect me, my son. More daughters being born, that's good. A fortune builder, eh? Well, not really much of a fortune builder, but let's find you a wife. That looks like a pretty decent exchange there. Once she becomes of age. The thing with this game, right, is you don't really want to marry your younger son to an older woman, but a younger woman to an older man, that's just how things were done back then. Oh, wait, but she's related to me. Okay. Maybe, right? Grandson, kinswoman, yeah. we should probably find somebody who isn't related. Was that him? No, it was my grandson. So probably, there we go. We'll find you someone who you're not related to. Should have noticed that, but yeah, that's a good person to have there. Let's see. Oh. Now that is not bad. She's not German, but that shouldn't be a big problem. It looks like here this Clemencia, she's looking like she'd be a great addition. She is a homosexual though, which drops her fertility rating for obvious reasons. Whereas Francesa here is straight, so she'll be more willing to lay with Ernst. So I have a feeling that's a better bet. And excellent. Ooh. Where is that? Much too far away for us to press any sort of claims. How close into the line is she, though? Oh. Daughter of a count. Well then. Useful? And the basement. Totally agree. You'd figure that it would be one option and the game would just sort of figure out that, oh, we get a new wife. You would just figure that the game would sort of be like, okay, obviously you're not planning on marrying these two 11-year-olds at the moment. We'll do this as a betrothal, as a promise instead. But, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Now, how's about... Where did... Oh, damn, the lesbian got married. Okay. So that's not really good. What do we got here? Proud, greedy... Well, she is German. Thrifty, ugly, temperate, zealous, ambitious... greedy and honest. How can you be greedy and thrifty? I said thrifty, right? Thrifty clerk. Oh, okay. Well, let's, you know, Duke Ernst I. He's 51. He's getting up in age. It's difficult to pull the more attractive people in, so let's go ahead and marry the ugly one. Even though it's going to be a prestige hit. But, you know... Yes! Okay. So as we slowly generate our money, we'll, Does he? 10. And my current... He would be. So my son for my grandson? I hope my son understands. Yes. Scheme, protect me, grandson. Will not be inherited unless pressed in a war. I really can't... Oh, he's incapable. We don't need to fabricate claims, but we could... Well, no. Can't really sow discontent there. Oh, look at that. Maybe Starmark? We could make a play for... Yeah, let's give that a try. Sow discontent there. We'll shift focus to the south. 13 compared to 7? You bet, my son. You see, we found you a new job. You were worried. I want you to sow discontent there. Make the old man proud. Oh, a jihad for Syria. Good luck, Byzantines. Duchy of Swabia, County of Weimar, County of, yeah. I don't think either of those are close enough to the power base to make a play for them. Not really. And Swabia, right? Yeah, those are just weak claims, and we're in a very weak position as it is. I have a feeling, quite honestly, the best approach when playing Austria is to go for a Habsburg-type situation where you just marry everybody. So who could we propose to be emperor? Obviously, Bruno here is the popular choice, but I don't know. I don't know if he's the right man for the job. In fact, the person with the highest opinion of us here is lovely Arnold. So there's Bruno. Okay, he kinda likes us. Sure, we'll support Bruno. Ah. Improvements! So the squire lists there get us quite a nice bonus to heavy cavalry attack. Only 15 extra heavy cavalry, though. And that would actually give us 15, so let's go ahead and build one. Will take a little while, but that's fine. We can wait. I just realized I clicked on that last pop-up without even reading it. Ah, the hash smokers are out, assassinating people. Oh, good, my grandson. Ludolf! Finally, not an Ernst. Oh, twins! Well done, grandson. And Twin Dot. There will be more of those title revocations, trust me. There has to be. It's really going to be the only way we can make any sort of headway. No! Syria is gone. That was part of Syria? No way. That can't be. I'm sure I'm just not understanding what was highlighted. Oh dear, my bishop's dead. Redbeard, you will be missed. Who wants to be court chaplain? He does! The Bishop of Melk. Why not? We should probably get you a wife, good sir. I guess we can't. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out at some time. Sometime later. Oh, and my son needs, or grandson, needs an educator. Educate child. Where is the bishop? Apparently nowhere there. So we will just go with my daughter-in-law. There we go. Oh. Of poor physique. He was fairly weak. That is true. So now we've got Adam, who's just ugly. But he is a mastermind theologian, so Good spot for him. Really? I don't think that's a wise decision. Another jihad for Syria. I thought the last one was successful. Innsbruck. Bit too far to make any use of, and a bit too far to make any use of, not to mention massive military. So we'll just ride it out. Oh dear. This may be the end of Ernst the First. But he's in prison. We can't have an emperor in prison. Haha, he might have the fever, but he can still get the job done. Oh, that's all he needed. Guntram! Heck, ho 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 ho! Wow! That man is a diplomat. Okay. We want to continue to foster such good... Ah, look, she's back. Well, she's 21, so we might be able to still get a child out of her. We don't really want to bring any heretics in. Genius. Oh, and she is still developing, so... How about that? What is he, my grandson? There we go. In the meantime, I'm sorry, my son, but... Guntram's just better. Every way. In fact, he should be able to sow discontent in Starmark quite quickly. Oh, provided he doesn't get arrested. Well, he's such a good diplomat he can probably talk his way out of it. Shouldn't be a problem. Sure, that works. Well, we need to send you to school, so what are you good at? Money and diplomacy. Well, we've got a diplomat to teach you, that's for sure. Look at that. Excellent. A lot of people seem to be hopping on board the old Duke Ernst train here. So yeah. Oh jeez, come on. There. Nominate. Myself. Let's do that. Oh, now it's a dead heat. And we pull ahead. Alright, so I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do. Oh. Well, it lasted for a day or two. And make it a play for... Oh, everyone's leaving now that I voted for myself. Apparently they thought I was humble. Oh no, I'm in the lead. Actually, can I... Factions. Can I join that faction? I might as well, really. No, I cannot. Okay. I haven't read up on the factions or anything, so I don't know how they work yet. We're just gonna find out as we play, I suppose. That's the best way to do it anyway. Yes, let's continue. How did she wind up anyway? Oh man, they are gonna pump out some diplomatic children. That's for sure. We will get you educated by the bishop. Why is he no longer oh dear. Why did... Why did that change? I wonder. Okay, well, instead, we'll send him to improve diplomatic relations with the Duke of Bavaria. We can throw some money here. Can we... Probably, yeah, let's do that. Scholarly theologian. So we should find someone who's smart. And young. Patient, ambitious, deceitful, kind, and yeah, that seems like a good match. Unless we can find... That seems like almost a better match. She is German. 29 though, yeah. That's a thing. Oh, wow. I should have married her to my chancellor. Oh well. There we go. Lovely. Oh dear. He should bounce back from that. That's just a rock on the foot, really. It also looks like he might not even get a chance to rule, pulling a full-on Prince Charles with him. Ah, another one! Queen of Croatia! Hello, hello! And it looks as if... Oh, the Byzantine Empire is pushing into Croatia. That's not so good. They're going to be quite difficult to... well, to counter as Austria. Good. Oh, Guntram. He was my super diplomat, right? Yes. Yes, and she's a genius! Oh, that's wonderful! Smart kids. Haha, yes! Go Byzantines, the little princess. Okay. I'm not sure where that came from, but she's in the Imperial court, and Ernst certainly doesn't like her. That's not the same, is it? No. No, it isn't. Yay, Ernst! Volkmar. That's a pretty badass name. So how are we doing for this whole succession thing, then? We're still in the lead. Good. Who are you at war with? Another one. Man! He's getting busy in his old age. I guess really there's not much else to do. Okay. You look like intrigue might be the best bet for you. Oh, spouse, no. Education first. Yes. And then his sister looks like a diplomat. Nope. Education. Diplomacy. And she's German, that's good. So basically, when you educate your children, there is a chance that they will take on the culture of whoever's educating them. So just for keeping things easy for when it comes to ruling, because you do get a penalty for ruling over people who are not excellent. Now, I don't actually have anybody in Rome now that I think about it. I should do that. Everyone else has a job. It's just better to keep your leader the same population as the people he's ruling. Oh no, the pox! That's not good. Doesn't look like any of his kids have the pox, though. That's good. Guntram had made me promise I would bury him properly, and I kept my promises. I walked beside his coffin to Guntram's last rest, and the wailing of the mourners was almost more than I could bear. He died too young! I'm gonna help his widow, because she's fairly badass to have. In fact, have we got anyone in the realm who I can marry her to? Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, probably not going to go with a betrothal. I'll keep her around, see how long that'll last. Oh, Ernst. You're a good man, Ernst, despite the hunch, but, you're no Guntram, that's for sure. You must have got the pox in Bavaria. So discontent, my son. He's skilled enough that he might be able to pull it off, but no, not marriage, education. One of these days I'm going to get that right. Oh, that's depressing. Yes. Well, thankfully it was just the mayor that you failed to impress and not the Pope. What'll get us the most... An increase of 5% is probably a good thing to have. $250... Yeah... We definitely need a lot more. I guess learning? But from a German, even if he is ugly. Oh, good! You Taken under the wing of a master builder. Wonderful. Damn, I was hoping for this rebellion to actually rebel against the King of Hungary, but I wasn't lucky there. Those are all, yeah, still within the Empire. Good, we've got the stone walls up. So that should be a bit of a boost. Up to 263. Yay! The Pope likes us. What? Oh, does your kingdom... Yes, that makes sense. Ooh. My son, that's good news. So he could become proud, wroth, diligent, or cruel. If we try to steer his energy elsewhere, he becomes cynical, diligent, or slothful. If we discipline him, wroth, proud, or craven. And if we purge his sins, so let's see, what is he? He's a diplomat. So... proud. Okay. That's fine. Plus 0.5 prestige monthly, that's pretty good for a quote-unquote negative trait. Good. Keep buttering up the Pope. You need a guardian, and you are a genius. No, quit that. One of these days, I'm gonna get that right. I don't really want her to be involved with a depressed character. What other skills could I mean, really, that's not a bad idea there. Do we really not have anybody in the court to marry you to? Except for senior citizens. We'll find someone for you, don't worry. Ah, the hash eaters, they're spreading. Seems like a lot's going on in Syria. Well, I outlived my son, it looks like. So, Adalbert, next in line, my steward. Rather quiet fellow. Father of Guntram, that's a good step. Or a good sign. So that's not too shabby. We shall have you educated by her. That'll work. Your mum can teach you. Open council positions, a marshal. It's a shame he's that old. Probably should have been working on at least one son of mine into the military way of life. We'll let her take her time. And look at that, she became diligent for it. Sometimes it pays off to just let your kids work at their own pace. And I can tell you where you're going, my friend. Right to Siegfried, to learn the arts of war, Volkmar. That's a fairly intimidating name. That's a good name for a soldier, Volkmar. Oh, the pox got the Queen of Croatia. Okay. It wasn't until several weeks after the banquet I had heard about it, and I wondered why I was not invited. Aren't Kaiser Heinrich IV and I friends? Maybe he forgot. Not anymore! We need to talk, Kaiser. That's the route we're going. You think you're all big and important with your mustache? You're not, sir. Are we still... Nope, we're in second place. To a child. Granted, the son of the current Kaiser, so that kinda makes sense. But still... Well, that's quite the daughter I've got there. I will want to make sure to get a good deal. Oh, the Duke of Bohemia. Eh? I think the Duke of Bohemia might be the best bet. What do you say? How about a matrilineal? Yeah, I didn't think so. Send. Excellent. Hope you come of age soon. 10th of September, we've got a little bit of time. That, by the way, is one of the nicest features that they've added, is just being able to see the birth date of the character in question. Very, very handy. Well, we know that the Kaiser doesn't really like me. He is independent. I should still have a damn claim on his throne. And our military's a little bit better. We're getting more in the city. We're not too far off having enough money to be able to pay for mercenaries to ensure we win that freaking war. Unfortunately, she's... Heilwiva is showing great military abilities. Unfortunately, you can't put women in the military. We're still a couple hundred years away from that. So, well, a couple hundred, 1,000 years away from that, really. 850-ish. So, we will go with the next best option. Just make her smarter. Crusade for Jerusalem! His Holiness Pope Innocent II has been swayed by the cries for help from the Christian population in the Kingdom of Jerusalem. He urges all able-bodied men of Europe to take up arms against the evil Caliph al-Mustansir II in order to secure Jerusalem from the clutches of the Mohammedan infidels. God will grant the pilgrims remission of sins in heaven! I don't think we're gonna go. Honestly, it's a bit old to go crusading. We've got marriages to arrange with the Duke of Bohemia. You know, an invasion to take care of this place, who thankfully have gone off on crusade, it looks like. And my wife is pregnant. There's just far too many things to deal with than to march off to Jerusalem. Maybe next time. Wilfhilda Staden? I mean, it's a shame that she's gone. She was teaching one of my kids, it looks like, but, you know, it's okay. Manfred! Aw, what a cute little baby Manfred is. A mastermind theologian. We can probably find a husband for you. Galicia is a bit too far away. Orkney, Crete. I'd like to keep it close by. Count of Fürstenberg. Wo bist du? Hold on. Yeah, that's a good spot. I'm okay with that. Count of Fürstenberg. Let's do it. Excellent. All that matters is my wife, Duchess Alberade, has asked me to get rid of one of my courtiers whom she finds mighty annoying. On the one hand, Alberade might not be happy if I refuse her request, but if I fire the annoying man, maybe people will feel my wife has too much influence over my actions. She should stay out of this because I'm not about to fire my son from the other wife I had. No. Know your place, second wife. Come on, just get to 100 so we can declare war on them. Take the land and... Yes, yes. We need to do this quickly. Before the Bavarians start marching. Yes. Accept. We will send you to spy school. That's fun. Oh no, Michael. The measles? Jeez, that's not good. But he's chaste. He's a chaste 12-year-old. A rumor about a spy sneaking around in my own castle was confirmed this morning when I caught him red-handed. I think I'm fairly convinced. And I think we're going to go with... Let's see. He's a 67-year-old man. His martial skill isn't all that high. I have a feeling he would just get someone else to chop his head off. Behead him! Yes. Ruthless. And people are about to see this ruthlessness. Yay, another baby! Oh, give him patronage, absolutely. Whew, yes, we're definitely giving him patronage. It's worth the 4 gold we're going to lose. Which won't put off the invasion, because... Yes, we're just going to claim the land. First, before we do that... Yes, there are mercenaries to hire. Excellent. Send. Now, we're not going to bother with calling in any allies. We're going to raise our military up and hire some mercenaries. Merge the selected units and march in there. Your experience in matters of war has increased, and there are many things you will do differently in future battles. What will you focus on? Focus on cavalry. Good. Yes, I'm... Patient! Levy, or vassals? I've raised them for, what, a couple of months? There's... Yes, we lack funds, I realize this. That's an interesting game. Godzilla! And Emma. Poor Godzilla. And he's ugly, too. That doesn't help with a name like that. That was precisely what I was worried about. Because now there's nothing I can do. Nothing at all that I can do. I can't tell if they're hostile, so I suppose that means that their forces can come along and become a nuisance. But there's literally nothing I can do. I can't raise any more troops. My vassals are already pissed that I've got so many of them raised as it is. And I can't afford to hire any mercenaries. So this is quite frustrating. We will attempt an assault. Didn't work. Okay. Yes, disband them. That's fine. Offer peace. White peace. And I think with that, another white piece. I will leave the video here for today, and next time hopefully we can keep those mercenaries employed long enough to actually conquer that one piece of territory. Austria. Save. Yes, that's fine. So, thumbs up if you've enjoyed this second part on the slow quest to the Austrian dominance of Europe, which I'm sure will come eventually. It's bound to happen. It happened before in history. It shall happen again. So, if you can leave your comments, questions, concerns, jokes, thoughts, tips on how I can actually achieve my goals below, that would be absolutely wonderful. I would appreciate it to no end. Tomorrow night, it's going to come out a little bit late, but I'm planning on starting XCOM tomorrow as well. I'll finish the Ottoman Empire Civ when I get the desire to. Be quite honest, I'm more excited about this and getting XCOM out. So, thank you all very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.